Okay, so this it's a quite bit of a different deck than what you might be used to on this channel or in general on Duel Links, because it's pretty ridiculous. This started as a Watt deck. I wanted to experiment with Watts. Watts suck, so it turned into this. So I'm going to go through it all and then explain everything, obviously. So we got 3 Vylon Prisms. Now before I get into it, everything in this deck, except for Kiteroid, is a level 4 Light Thunder monster, and that's important. So, 3 Vylon Prisms, 1 Brohunder. You do not need Brohunder for this deck. 2 Kiteroid. 1 Sishunder. Again, you don't really need Sishunder for this deck. I'm thinking of swapping her out or Brohunder out for something different. Not sure yet what, but working on it. 3 Mahunder. 3 Pahunder. 2 Forbidden Lance. If you don't have Lance, there's some other back row. I'm using Lance specifically though. You will see maybe in 1 or 2 replays. So I'm using Canadia at one point, and I think United We Stand was like a tech I was running, but Lance is definitely the best because it can make sure that your Ma and Pa don't get hit by Fiendish Chain, Floodgates, stuff like that, so that you can actually activate their effect. 1 Herald of the Abyss, also not necessary, but just in case I can't get over a monster. And then 2 Recycling Batteries. So you target 2 Thunder monsters with 1500 or less attack in your graveyard, add them to your hand. Well, every card in here is a Thunder type with 1500 or less attack, and it works really good with the deck. Then we got 2 Karma Cut. That is the main deck. So the idea of this deck is you summon Ma or you summon Pa, you activate their effect, which will let you special summon or normal summon a level 4 Light Thunder type. So whether that is Pa summons Ma, Ma summons Pa, Ma summons Pa, summons another Ma, you know, going through all that. Or you summon Vylon Prism, which is a tuner. So that gets us into the extra deck. We got a Stardust Spark Dragon. They're all going to be level 8 Synchros and level rank 4 Xyz. So Stardust Spark Dragon obviously is for protecting from destruction. Then we got Angel of Zera, which will, once it's banished, it'll come back on your next standby phase after it was banished. Also, you gain 100 attack per banished monster that your opponent has, so Karma Cut kind of works with this, but not that much of a boost. Then we have Avenging Parshath, which will let you switch your opponent's battle position once per turn, and it does piercing damage, so this is somebody, you want to use this against somebody who's just setting a lot of cards and, you know, you can't get past all those different sets. Then we have Thought Ruler Archfiend, who actually ended up being like the MVP of my deck for some reason. So a lot of people don't know what this card does other than its first effect. So its first effect, you destroy a monster by battle, you gain life points equal to the original attack of the monster you destroyed, but it has a second effect that when a spell or trap card is activated that targets a psychic type, and this is the only psychic type, so if he gets targeted by Karma Cut, Econ, anything like that, you pay 1000 life points, negate the activation, and destroy it, which is good because you pay 1000 life points and you attack into a monster, then you get your life points back. He ended up being, yeah, one of my best turn 1 plays, so yeah, I couldn't get Karma Cut, couldn't get Floodgated, nothing. And we have Abyss Dweller, which will be obviously good against Blue Eyes White Dragon. Malevolent Sin, he's just, you know, he banishes, detach 1 material, banish 1 card, then you can go for lethal, if that was like, if he's got 2 monsters and you got another guy attacking, you can Parshath, defense position monster, detach from Malevolent, go for direct attack with Malevolent, that's usually game. Then Evilswarm Ouroboros. Ouroboros is obviously very powerful. I believe it's a selection box, so if you don't have him, just use another rank 4 that's strong. I don't care if it's Utopia, Kachikochi Dragon, anything that you have access to is good, but he is good for, you know, returning a card back to the hand, just like it's spot removal, you know? So the basic concept is super easy. You go into a Synchro with Vylon, or you go into an Xyz with the Hunders. So Vylon is another really important card that a lot of people don't read. So when you summon a Synchro monster, it won't work with Xyz because it doesn't send to the graveyard the same way. So you Synchro summon with Vylon, you equip him by paying 500 life points, go from the graveyard, equip to the monster you summoned, or actually any monster on the field at that point. And then during the battle phase, your monster will gain 1000 attack points. So if you noticed, all these monsters have higher 2000 attack. With 1000 in a battle step, your biggest problem, the most common opponent you're going to run into, and you see a lot of replays I'm going to show you, are Blue Eyes White Dragon. Blue Eyes White Dragon's a beatdown deck that can't really get past 3000 attack, and these will all go to 500, 600, 700, 800 more attack than Blue Eyes with the Vylon Prism. So yeah, there's that. It's very random. I'm using level tuning. You probably should use DD draw because a Herald of the Abyss plus 1 Vylon Prism will get you your D draw, Destiny draw. But that's pretty much the combo of the deck. Every extra deck monster kind of can counter the meta. Stardust will protect from destruction against decks like Fire Kings once, and Vermilion Dragon Mech, it'll just be able to protect itself once. Then Zera will come back if you think your opponent has a Karma Cut. Avenging Parshath is just for like the random decks that aren't super meta and they're just setting a lot. Even you'll see me attack into a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck with this because I know I can do almost lethal with one attack, which is fun. And then Thought Ruler Archfiend can protect against Karma Cuts and stuff like that. And then yeah, so hope you enjoy the replays. This deck was really random and a lot of fun, and I actually really like this deck. If you want, you could throw in a level 6 Synchro and use level tuning to try to make level 6 like Brionic or something. I don't know. Let me know if you have any other good tech ideas, but enjoy the replays.
It's time to do.
So this is like one of very many Blue Eyes decks, and I wanted to emphasize how much people do not read. So this is a bad opening hand. I have a bunch of Vylon Prisms, and I have a Watt draft. Like I said at the very beginning of this video, I've tried making Watts work and they suck, so I just stopped that right away. So I'm able to go into Evilswarm Ouroboros. His effect will be able to return a card to the hand. I'm guessing it's an Ancients or a Legends. I don't want to destroy that and send it to the graveyard. So we're going to take a gamble and use a second effect. Return Blue Eyes, whatever. Use batteries. I can get the cards back to my hand so I can summon Pahunder will let me special summon a Vylon. Vylon and Paw together, I'm going to make Malevolent Sin so I can banish and go for lethal. And that's it. That's pretty much how the deck is going to operate. So if you're going against this deck, or if you're playing this deck and you're going against the Blue Eyes, hopefully they'll brick and you'll be able to attack twice like that for game. So here, I believe I got rid of the Watts by this point. That was just a 1 duel. So this is the Super Heavy Samurai, which is kind of a problem because what a random deck to play nowadays. Like when it first came out, it was kind of popular because it was actually good, but now it's not. So Giga Gloves, if you don't know, if it's into the graveyard, is a really big problem for you as a player to attack into a Giga Gloves if it's in the graveyard. So I need to get rid of that. So I summon Ma. Ma will let me summon Pa. Pa will let me summon Ma again. Go into an Evilswarm Ouroboros, easy peasy. Turn that card to the hand. Attack for 25 or 2750. He summons the Wagon, and he'll probably try to get Giga Gloves in the graveyard again, which would be a problem for me because if I attack into Giga Gloves in the graveyard, I can get reduced to 0 attack. So he summons his big ogre dude, attacks into me, hits me for 950, and then is able to attack with a Kiteroid. Kiteroid is a better option than Sphere Kuriboh because Sphere Kuriboh will not be able to turn a guy into defense mode who's already in defense mode when he's attacking. So for this instance, I'm very glad I was running Kiteroid instead of Sphere Kuriboh. So anyways, I get to recycle batteries, bring the cards back to my hand, summon Ma, summon Pa, summon Bro. Bro will search for Vylon Prism. I can go for Malevolent Sin. Malevolent Sin will banish that card temporarily, destroying the back row, being able to attack for game. Easy peasy. So I get a pretty good hand this time. I got Ma and Pa, which is pretty much you want to open one of them and then any other level 4 Thunder just to be able to do anything. So it's good. This Red Eyes deck actually gave me a run for my money, which I was pretty ashamed about. But you know, whatever. So I summon Ma, summon Pa. Pa will then summon Sis. Sis, if I had a card in graveyard, I could banish it and return it to my hand at the end of the turn. So I use Evilswarm Ouroboros and then attack to a what's it called? I returned the Red Eyes Fusion since he didn't have a card in the back because he went first. You probably shouldn't fusion summon Red Eyes Slash turn 1 like that. But his set or his defense monster once per turn won't be destroyed by battle. So anyways, he babies. I'm running Canadian instead of Lance at this point. Like I said in the deck profile, that happens. I think this is the only duel I do that. He's able to hit me with baby so he can summon Red Eyes and equip baby to Red Eyes, but he still can't get over my Ouroboros. I use Ma. Ma will then be able to summon Prism. Prism will attach to Thought Ruler Archfiend. Go for the 1000 extra, get a bunch of life points back. I was running compensation at one point. Don't run that. So no, that was him. Sorry, I'm getting confused. I actually did run the compensation at one point because Antinomy has that. But it wasn't working. I was trying to get cards in the graveyard for recycling batteries to work. Not a good idea. So you definitely want to go second with this deck, but going first isn't terrible. But luckily with Seto Kaiba, you know you're playing against Blue Eyes, especially when they run Ultimate Dragon. So it's almost a guarantee unless you're trying to, you know, mess with you. So I'm able to summon Stardust knowing that I can be safe from an alternative and be safe from what's it called, a Vermilion. So I can hit for 3500 because he had nothing but a set Providence, whatever. So he gets to do Ultimate Dragons, which is kind of... Probably should have thought about that, but whatever. He attacks into Stardust, doesn't read that I boost up by 500, or by 1,000, and he loses the duel, because you can't read. Here we got what I can assume is a Blue Eyes with the Blue Eyes mat, Seto Kaiba, and he's running Ultimate Dragon, so there you go, you know it's Blue Eyes. So going first or second, you can prepare for a setup with this. So he summons Maiden and sets a card, that's pretty much it. I get to summon Ma. Ma will let me summon Pa. Pa will let me summon Vylon Prism. I will go into a Synchro instead of Ouroboros. I'll get Stardust, equip Stardust with Prism, attack it into to summon a Blue Eyes on purpose so I can destroy it, get it into the graveyard. I know Maiden will do that again. So summon Bro, search for a Vylon. With the 2 I can go into, and I believe it was, Malevolent Sin. Malevolent Sin will let me banish the Maiden. Maiden will activate its effect to summon Blue Eyes again. Here comes a Blue Eyes White Dragon from the graveyard, which I want into attack mode. And I want on the field, I was going to either attack over it or Karma Cut it. I wasn't sure at the time, but I felt Karma Cutting was right. So Sphere Kuriboh is my Stardust Spark Dragon, that's fine. But you see, you have so many options at any point in the duel to do whatever play you want with any rank 4 or level 8 Synchro, rank 4 Xyz. It's just a really fun deck to play. This is a tier 1 Blue Eyes deck. Yeah, sure, he's running Metal Morph, so he wasn't like perfectly tier 1 duel, but it's still a tier 1 deck, and they're losing. It doesn't matter what their back row is. So here we actually have the DM, the duel monsters, Seto, so I don't really think it's a Blue Eyes. He's playing Peak Performance, which sets or summons a mountain, not summons, has a mountain on the field. But mountain boosts Thunder type, and I'm running a Thunder type deck, but whatever. I go into Stardust Spark Dragon, it's one of the safer turn 1s. Especially with the Prism attached, giving you an extra boost of attack if he does get attacked, and also Destruction. So there's a Assault Wyvern, and he sets 2, can't attack into me. So I automatically Stardust myself, like Stardust effect myself, so that if I attack into whatever, I get protected. Because like normally, a Treacherous could chain on to Stardust's effect or whatever, but I wasn't seeing the Hourglass move, so I didn't really think it was one of those. Whatever. Anyways. He isn't able to beat over me, doesn't know how to read. I summon Ma, can't do anything. He econs my Stardust, no big deal. It's only into the defense mode. I hit for 16 with Ma. I had nobody to summon other than Ma. I Karma Cut his next Assault. He has one in the graveyard, so one of those get banished as well. He sets a card, that's all he can do. So I attack into a Mirror Wall, whatever, go down to 800, and then I'm able to attack, get reduced, and then plus 1,000, and I'm able to beat over him. This wasn't a very good deck, obviously. We got another Peak Performance going on. It's weird, 2 in a row. Running Mountain, so I don't know if it's actually Blue Eyes or not. He sets like a Blue Eyes player, so it could be. So I'm just going to set, because I don't actually have any of the combos. I had Sis and Bro, which can't really do much. So I flip Sis, summon Bro. Bro will let me search for Vylon Prism. Then I can use those 2 cards and Xyz summon and Malevolent Sin, which will let me banish the face down and I don't have to deal with it. But he Karma Cuts me. Luckily though, I have a Forbidden Lance. I'll chain Forbidden Lance to Karma Cut and not get negated, so then I can use Malevolent Sin effect. I get Fiendish Chained, which is interesting about Fiendish Chain is it doesn't affect this turn right now, but because Lance only lasts 1 turn, now that this turn is over, I'm actually negated from Fiendish Chain. So anyways, he uses Glow Up Bulb, which is weird to have in a Blue Eyes deck, so this is probably not a very optimized Blue Eyes. I tried to use my effects, not knowing that Fiendish Chain actually worked after the Lance. Anyways, I use Batteries, get Bro, and I get Sis back to my hand just to have some extra cards. Summon Bro. Bro will let me search for Ma or Pa. I get Pa. I could Herald of the Abyss to anybody who gets too big, so I'm not super worried about having an 1100 attack on the field. He flips over Ancient, attacks into my Bro. Ancient will special summon Dragon Spirit of White. Dragon Spirit of White will banish my back row being, I believe I set Recycling Batteries just as a bluff. Summon a monster, and I can Synchro summon it with Prism. Synchro summon the Thought Roller Archfiend. Prism will equip onto Archfiend, put my Spider in defense, Herald of the Abyss. Luckily did that, and I get Providenced. I was super lucky because I don't care if I lose that. I wanted this attack to go through. I gained the life points back after that, and I'm protected from another spell trap targeting me. So I guess I could have Ultimate Providence negated with Archfiend. I'm not sure if that would work because Providence is a counter trap, but I'm honestly not sure. I'm not a super school awesome Duel Links player. Anyways, he Karma Cuts my Thought Ruler Archfiend, I can negate it at this point. 1,000 life points, it's destroyed. I attack for 3,700 and that's game. And here we have an Arcana player who is, you know, pretty much the only deck that they're going to play is Dark Magicians. So I get to prepare for that. Summon Ma, summon Pa. Pa will summon Vylon Prism. I'll go into Ouroboros. Discard a card from hand, and it's Magician's Rod. He runs 2, and it's Rod. So he summons Time Magic Hammer. Time Magic Hammer will equip onto my Ouroboros, which I didn't understand why that happened in a second, so I'm going to read it. I'm going to pause this duel in a second after I summon Ma and Sis will banish Prism. And I can go into an Abyss Dweller to prevent anything in the graveyard, like Magician's Rod coming back, attack into 1,700, and then get Prism back. And this is what the card says. Hold on. Target one face-up monster in the field, equip this card to it, start the damage step. If the battle's an opponent's monster, you can roll a 6-sided die, banish that opponent's monster to the standby phase after the roll. That's a problem for Ouroboros, so. He circles. I'm going to chain Abyss just so that he can't Rod if he summons it, Rod from the graveyard effect. He gets navigation. He shouldn't normally chain an Abyss, but I did. Can't do anything, summon Prism, Ouroboros effects to get rid of the Rod, turn to the hand. Game. Now, there's a lot of replays left, so I'm going to pause it and let you watch the rest just how it is, because it's the same concept, it's just they keep getting attacked into the boost, and you're able to summon whatever you want to get over any obstacle you have. So hope you enjoyed it. Peace.
Duel! 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 Duel!